Ah, welcome to the Golden Vault. You have been summoned because of your skill in relation to the mission. But first I need to know what kind of character you are, what role you will play, and then your mission, should you choose to accept it. So what character should you bring to the adventures of the keys from the Golden Vault? This will be a little bit different from my last video where I dove into the different roles each D&D class has in a heist adventure. This video will be more of a narrative connection to one of the 13 adventures in the newest book published by Wizards of the Coast. Because the question is, how do you fit into these stories? Now, while each of these adventures can be standalone one-shots or tied separately to your own homebrew world, you can also play through all of them from level 1 to level 13 with Golden Vault as your patron. And it's a good aligned agency that provides you with a handler for your assigned mission. Think MI6 from 007. Now, this video is for players and DMs alike to prepare for your heist adventures, adding characters or NPCs, but there are slight spoilers, so make sure that you get the okay from your DM. The first adventure is called the Murkmire Malevolence, an adventure set in a large museum where archaeologists have recently uncovered an eldritch egg that is now on display and about to hatch. An occult professor by the name of Dr. Donnell, who led the expedition for the egg, was fired from her position trying to steal the egg back, knowing the dangers within. So some fun tie-ins might be a Psy Warrior fighter that was one of the miners on the expedition that was afflicted mentally by being the one who unearthed the danger, now knowing of it. You could also be a Great Old One warlock that was called as soon as it was unearthed, feeling a connection to the artifact. Or you could be a divination wizard on the board that fired Dr. Donnell that was the only one that believed her, wanting to make things right. And obviously all of these character ideas could be how your character was introduced to the Golden Vault itself, or they took the job already in it because they already had a connection with the mission. The next adventure is the Stygian Gambit, an afterlife casino with a tournament called the Grand Minoros Invitational. A former 3-dragon anti-gambler with a chip on her shoulder hires you to steal the trophy before the competition ends. This gambler had the dream of opening her own casino before their money was taken and the casino built without them. Now it's revenge and taking back her share. For this adventure, I could definitely see an undead warlock who frequents this casino while within the afterlife. Another 3-dragon anti-specialist could be a College of Spirits bard that knows their way around a gambling table in the afterlife. Or maybe a third contender in the business drama as a phantom rogue. Next up, we have Reach for the Stars, another eldritch adventure where someone has stolen the celestial codex to summon a far realm creature. The book itself has rituals and lore involving the stars and other planes of existence. Break into their mansion and get the book back. Definitely an opportunity for an aberrant mind sorcerer that was afflicted by the same creature being summoned, or a Horizon Walker ranger that wants to use the book to transport themselves across the multiverse, or a Circle of the Stars druid whose people had the book stolen from them originally. Prisoner 13 is an adventure you can get for free on D&D Beyond right now, but in a fortress prison in the icy tundra called Revel's End, you are asked to break out a prisoner that holds a key to a treasure she stole from a dwarven clan. This prisoner is also known for her tattoos, so a tattoo specialist might be asked to join the ranks as an alchemist artificer. Or you can be a member of the criminal organization she still runs while inside, looking to ensure her safety. Or a Storm Herald barbarian from the original clan that the prisoner stole from, seeking revenge. The next adventure we look into is Tockworth's Clockworks. Wow. Say that 5 times fast. Where you have a classic AI takeover with automatons attacking a Svirfneblin town. Man, these words are hard. You must go in, steal the key from the morally straight creator of the bots, and activate a kill switch. With this city being entirely clockwork, it would be easy to have a clockwork soul sorcerer, possibly a warforged or cyborg of sorts. Maybe one of the automatons that was able to break away from the mainframe. In the same vein, a chronergy magic wizard, one of the citizens who was chased out of the city by them. Or you could come in as a battlesmith artificer who worked with the creator, but recognized their malice a little too late. But now we move on to the masterpiece Imbroglio, an adventure where you can steal back a magical painting from a thieves guild. Originally stolen from a collector's guild of scholars and sages. Luckily, they captured someone for information about the thieves guild, so heck, be that person they captured as a thief's rogue that must lead them to where they took the painting or else. or be a scribe's wizard originally from the Collector's Guild that wants to make sure their painting stays secure, or another interested party, another collector, as a College of Lore bard. Next up is the Axe from the Grave, though it is misleading because the golden axe in question is the name of a mandolin stolen from the grave of a dead bard. Get the mandolin back so the now zombie bard can lay back to rest again. I would start out in being one of the dead bard's companions, one that they sang with while they were alive. Obviously very interested in the event as a College of Glamour bard. I could also see an Oath of Vengeance paladin, an overzealous fan of the music group that wishes to right the wrong of their favorite celebrity, or possibly another bard music student of the one who stole the instrument, disagreeing with the actions of their mentor. In another possession rivalry adventure, we have Vidorant's Vault, where you are sent to steal an item from a notorious thieves' vault for a thief guild leader that thinks it rightly belongs to them. Both individuals were from an organization of elite multinational thieves called the Silverfinger Society before their rivalry got Vidorant kicked out. You could easily be a mastermind rogue trying to prove themselves to get into the society by taking on the adventure, or an eloquence bard that is already in the society that wishes to move up in the organization. If you want an inside man, perhaps a Battlemaster Fighter Guard will allow you better access into the vault. With the Shard of the Accursed adventure, we have a reverse heist, where an item proves to be too important and needs to be returned quietly to where a crime syndicate has set up a mining camp. The thing that they're mining, a petrified giant that was a fabled adventurer that saved a citadel ruin it resides in by sacrificing itself. The item you're returning, its petrified heart. And now it would be a really fun lore tie-in to be a Rune Knight fighter, a descendant of one of the adventurers who were blessed by this giant. And you want to protect the history of your ancestors, so an ancestral barbarian may work in a similar way, channeling the adventurers who died at the side of this famous giant and were buried with them. Or possibly a mountain land druid made to look over this ancient ruin. The next adventure we move to is the Heart of Ashes. You infiltrate a fractured castle to recover the heart of a king to stop a life-siphoning ritual from an evil spellcaster. This spellcaster acting out on the city through anger that they didn't accept them as much as the last king. It would be great to have an Oath of the Crown paladin loyal to the king who died. A Valor Bard could also work that may have a closer political or military hand to the king, or a Death Domain cleric of the town concerned about the undead that the ritual has summoned. On the adventure Affair on the Concordant Express, you board a multiplanar train destined for Mechanus to rescue an imprisoned outlaw. This individual also has in their possession the true names of many demons and devils. An easy tie-in for characters might be a Fiend Warlock whose patron wants those names returned safely or forgotten completely. But since Celestials put the outlaw there on the train in the first place, a Celestial Warlock could also be a good choice to get this information before they're out of reach. But this is a multiplanar train, so traveling across all of the multiverse, so pull an Artillerist Artificer on their way to Mechanus, or a way of Shadow Monk returning from the Shadowfell. The next adventure is the Party at Paliset Hall, a Feywild grand gala to steal a magical diamond off of the necklace of the host. Trapped within the necklace is an unstable extra-dimensional rift and was stolen from a coven of hags. So very possible to have an Archfey Warlock on assignment to steal it back. Some people who also might get an invite to the gala is a Circle of Dreams druid from the Unseelie or Seelie court. But speaking of the extra dimensional rift, an Echo Knight might have had an unfortunate encounter with the necklace before it traded hands and considered a necessary expert in this adventure. Next we move to the adventure Fire and Darkness, where a powerful Ifriti genie has stolen the Book of Vile Darkness, an evil tome authored by Vecna himself. It was stolen from cultists who were trying to turn a dragon into a Dracolich via ritual. Now you may be a genie warlock looking to stick it to the man with this Ifriti, or you can be a Way of Ascendant Dragon monk who survived the ritual attack and now has a bone to pick. In the same vein, no pun intended, a Draconic Bloodline sorcerer hoping to finish the job that you started. But my question is how you would tie your characters into these adventures. Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to dive into what kind of roles each class can have in a heist adventure, to know what kind of role you would want to play, remember to check out this video next. Now go out there and make the world a better place, both on and off the table. See you in the next one.